Ricky, well done today. Old Man Dingle, very impressive performance. He was very good in Clonmel on good grounds. Big difference today on testing conditions and drop back and trip by half a mile. Were you surprised by that?
Sure, I suppose we were going into the unknown a bit with the ground. All his runs have been on nice ground, but after winning so well the last day, that we wanted to keep going for the season, so we needed to come here today on a bit of testing ground to see, like that, can we keep going for the season or does the season end now? So he did it well, especially with top weight around here, good stiff track on heavy ground now, so he's one to look forward to.
You're obviously keen to keep that strong pace going. When Rob kind of slowed it up a bit, you took it up, turned into the back straight then.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to disappoint him. He travelled well today, and he jumped brilliantly, and it was kind of more just keep a rhythm going more so than anything. Didn't want to disappoint him, and at the same time I wanted to kind of be the first one to, if I could, to slingshot off the hill and get first run over them last two hurdles, because it makes a big difference, and yeah, it worked out.
You'd imagine whatever he does this season, he'll make a nice chaser, won't he? He's a horse with plenty of size and obviously has ran in a point-to-point before.
Exactly, yeah. Like that, we were a bit disappointed coming away from Bellevstown. We thought he'd go close there, which he did. Like, he ran a super race. He was like that, still a bit raw. He's learning each race, but you'd imagine what he's doing now is going to be a bonus. He's a massive horse, so hopefully he keeps filling out. If he can get to the end of the year, and then hopefully then if he keeps improving, maybe, I don't know, a break or something, and then you wouldn't waste too much time over hurdles anyway. You'd like to get a fence jumped as early as possible, I would anyway.
He was bought at Tattersall's May sale for only 20,000 by Harley Dunn, and went to Linkstown and was just touched off by a horse of Sean Doyle, who actually won a maiden hurdle for Gordon Elliott. He's only beaten a neck that day, and Owen then called to the yard and bought him privately from Harley, so it's worked out as a good buy.
It is, yeah, and it's Brian, the owner, it's his first horse, so he's been lucky for him so far. Harley obviously did a great job with him early on in his career with his jumping, and he's a very easy ride, so fair play to him, and fair play to Owen for catching him and getting a bargain, what it looks like at the moment anyway.
Absolutely. Enjoying a good few days. Winner in Sligo on Friday, winner again yesterday and again today, so things are going well. That's 9 winners for the season so far.
Yeah, they're like double buses or double decker buses, but yeah, no, sure, I'm riding for good people. I'm not riding for big people, but the likes of Martin and Owen and the Harties and Mark Fatty, like all their horses, they'd probably just have 100 horses between them all, you know, compared to a big yard that has double that. So, but they're all in good form at the moment, and long may it continue. It's tough enough in this country any time of the year, but especially coming into the winter, so we're hitting good form at the right time, so yeah, I'm happy how things are going.
What's an average week for you? Where do you go each morning?
I'm in Martin Brazel's 6 days a week, bar I need to go somewhere else. I did the whole travelling around the country, and it doesn't make financial sense, you know, and it's not good for the mind either, you know. You're living in the car, you're constantly putting diesel in it, so I'm based on the car, which I've been for the last 18 years, you know. I was 12 when I start riding out on the car, and I have a good connection there that when people, obviously a lot of trainers come to the Curragh, and I do a lot of schooling for outside trainers, and like that, and it's central enough that if I do need to tip down to Mouses or up to Mead, up the Screen or anything like that, there's never a problem with Martin, obviously. And it's just, as I said, I tried the whole freelance thing. I've always been based in the Curragh, and I tried the freelance thing for a good 2 seasons, and at the end of each year I wasn't getting any more rides or winners, so, and like that, it wasn't working out financially, so I kind of just nipped it in the bud as early as possible, and delighted I did.
Well, the new approach is working anyway. Last night I see you were awarded with Golfer of the Year in Kildare Golf Club. Nice to win that. It is.
It's nice to especially it's a competitive golf course, you know. There's a lot of good golfers.
Bandit club, basically.
There's a lot of good golfers there, and it was nice that I was the best this year, apparently.
Now, I know Kevin and Ryan spoke to you earlier on, but we'll go back to the match with Fran Berry. I'm just going to give a couple of my thoughts on it, alright?
Yeah.
Is handicaps are handicaps. Very same as racing with horses. You're allotted your handicap, whether someone's well handicapped or not well handicapped, right? You are low. I'm not saying you're the wrong handicap. Fran, probably the correct handicap. So the 14 shots is fair, but when one hole was taken out of 17, it should have been only 13, right? I heard he gave the greenkeepers a backhander to take out the difficult par 3 because he knew he'd lose that hole to you. Anyway, listen, that's all I was told. And any man that asks for a mulligan, children wouldn't ask for that. I think it's actually embarrassing.
2 mulligans.
2 mulligans. Now, I will say, you were wrong giving them to him, right? Understand that. But any man that asks, I seen his father here earlier, and his father's absolutely embarrassed about the whole thing. Like, asking for mulligans in a game of golf, in what is supposedly this big showdown. And my last point is, a lot of shots, like you said, we know that's the handicap, but I think he waited till later on this time for lift, clean and place, because that always suits a lesser golfer because they're getting to place the ball, and he didn't want to play in the summertime when you're obviously playing better and you're longer off the tee. Anyway, they are my thoughts.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with any of them. I had a busy season, played a lot of competitions while he didn't, which probably, I don't know, did it work out in whose favour. I was competitive all year. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, I probably did get ahead of myself. He's after getting a lot of lessons, which fair play to him, he wants to get better.
A lot of money spent.
A lot of money spent, and yeah, he's getting a good kick out of it, but sure, there's no such thing as bad publicity, and I'm getting plenty of it. So I look forward to Portugal in January. As I said to Kevin, we have to have one last gorgeous match, and it has to be off levels, and then whoever wins that has the bragging rights, and that's it. Like I don't like. Sure, you're in the group chat and you've seen like the back and forth of I want this and I want that, and it's just like a sickening. Like I probably went to Rasada kind of sour that I have to, it was just like it was all on his terms.
You gave him everything he asked for, and I look forward to Vilamoura in January now. I will, and if Fran's interested, if he wants to find a partner out of the group that are going, and yourself and myself take him on the 4-ball as well, and he can have that singles match with you as well if he's open to that, if he's not afraid.
He won't be. The children's allowance doesn't seek that far.
Ricky, well done today.